I think my task also is very simple. I've been requested by His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onoge, to come and deliver his opening remarks. That is my mandate, and I will keep to that. I will read the remarks, so whenever and wherever you see me, don't forget that refers to the learned Chief Justice. Of the 2017 edition of the Institute's annual conference on arbitration and ADR. This conference traditionally brings together the best practitioners of arbitration and ADR, as well as important stakeholders representing the nation's critical sectors of banking and finance, construction, maritime and shipping, oil and gas, manufacturing, and encompasses important personalities and diplomats from partner nations who help drive the Nigerian economy in one way or the other. I would like to express my gratitude to the Governing Council of the Nigerian Institute of Chartered Arbitrators under the chairmanship of Ari Afebabalola, SAN, OFR, CON, who is often rightly regarded as one of the custodians of our nation's jurisprudence and being credited with many legal feats that have helped to shape the body of our laws for over half a century. It is only proper that such a reputable organization should be headed by a person of such great repute. I wish to thank the other members of the Governing Council, such as the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice S.M.A. Belgore, GCON, the first Vice President of the Council, and also Professor Fabian Ojogu, SAN, Vice President, for inviting me. This conference, themed Enhancing Foreign Direct Investments through Arbitration and ADR, presents us with a timely opportunity to discuss how to enhance the capacity of Nigeria to become a hub, not just in the West African sub-region, but also on the African continent when it comes to the resolution of commercial and investment disputes, given the direct corollary between the ease of resolving dispute and doing business. Over time, it has been observed that the former enables the latter to be a reality by freeing up valuable time and maintaining commercial ties despite lingering tensions that arise in the course of our various professions and trades. Evidently, the multiplier effect upon the reputation of a trader, a company, a state, or even a nation is directly proportionate in turn to the amount of foreign direct investment that is attracted to its economy. The investor of the 21st century is a willing one, looking for risk-free avenues to invest his hard-earned capital. Being averse to risk, he is constantly looking for speedy and affordable means to resolve potential disputes. In the search for destinations of choice, a key consideration is therefore how the courts perform, how disputes are resolved, and how quickly normalcy can return to commercial operations. Given the competitive economic environment, we must become more sensitive to the need for justice to be attained and resolutions reached in an affordable, amicable, and speedy manner. In addition, there is an abiding cynicism, partly self-inflicted, regarding the efficacy of litigation given the inordinate length of proceedings, especially when a matter goes from trial to the Supreme Court. These considerations have spurred courts such as the Ninth Circuit of the Court of Appeal in the United States and the Supreme Court of Singapore to spearhead reforms. Today, these nations stand out as destinations of choice when it comes to dispute resolution. This has no doubt contributed to the perception that those economies are more investor-friendly, given the institutionalization of ADR mechanisms which aid the speedy resolution of disputes. If Nigeria is to attain this status, and as disputes become more complex and multifaceted, the recourse to ADR, especially arbitration, must be seen as indispensable. It is a known fact that ADR has always been the appropriate dispute resolution system in the African context. This is borne out by the fact that though viewed as an alternative to the procedural style of our courts, ADR is in fact indigenous and more recognizable as a method of dispute resolution predating the formal courts. ADR allows for a more informal dispute resolution focused on parties playing an active part in arriving at a satisfactory conclusion. Indeed, most disputes in the country are resolved without recourse to our courts, and most of these are mediated or subject to informal traditional arbitral proceedings involving the heads of the family, ward, village, clan, town, or city. Interestingly, Nigeria has boosted the techniques and expertise to facilitate the expeditious resolution of disputes. However, in recent times, the judiciary has been faced with a need to reconsider veritable means of speeding up justice delivery that better meet the needs of the Nigerian people for quicker dispensation of justice. This is also a key part of my personal commitment to enhance the administration of justice in the Nigerian judiciary by building upon the legacies of my predecessors in office. Certainly, the Nigerian judiciary has not been slow to advocate the use of ADR in our courts. Since the inception of court-connected ADR facilities at the Lagos State High Court in 2002, 15 other jurisdictions have introduced ADR as a tool for better case management and expeditious resolution of disputes. It is no longer an alternative to the courts. It is first becoming a part of our justice delivery system, and one which will soon be commenced on a pilot basis at the Supreme Court of Nigeria through the Supreme Court Mediation Center. However, it is now a prevailing practice for high courts to assume jurisdiction in matters of breach of contract, where the provisions of such contracts provide for arbitration, without first invoking the arbitration clause to compel the parties to seek redress through arbitration. This practice results in undue delays in the dispensation of justice while wasting the court's time on undue legalities. The courts must insist on enforcement of the arbitration clause by declining jurisdiction and awarding substantial costs against parties engaged in this practice. Upon observation of this trend, I recently directed the heads of courts concerned to issue practice directions that will put a stop to such a practice. This will not only safeguard the sanctity of those clauses, but will prevent an abusive recourse to our courts. It must be noted that an action instituted in breach of an arbitration clause is in itself a breach of contract which ought to attract damages. Distinguished participants, I urge us all to support the Nigerian judiciary and our various courts to develop best practices in the use of ADR while patronizing the services offered free of cost to resolve disputes that practitioners would rather litigate. I recommend that the Nigerian Institute of Chartered Arbitrators, the Lagos Court Arbitration, and other like-minded institutions should also collaborate with our courts, especially the federal and state high courts, to expedite the enforcement of awards that are determined ex curiae, as it were. If we collectively act to effect legislative and procedural changes to the way that our courts work, then we would have largely achieved the goal inspired by the theme of this conference. My lords, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, please be assured of my commitment and the resolve of the Nigerian judiciary to positively work with all stakeholders to better improve justice delivery. I conversely call upon all stakeholders to play constructive roles in developing ADR in our justice system by continuing to repose their confidence in the ability of our courts to meet their legitimate aspirations by being impartial and independent. On a final note, it is my expectation that when we look back at this event, we will indeed recognize its importance as being a catalyst for profound positive reforms. I strongly believe that the efforts that we make in our small but critical section of the society will certainly create a domino effect of positive change that is so urgently required in Nigeria. This will in turn result in tangible and pragmatic solutions that will attract foreign direct investment to Nigeria. My lords, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all beneficial deliberations and a favorable, lasting outcome. Thank you and God bless. Signed by Walter Samuel Kanu, GCON, Chief Justice of Nigeria. I'm done.